How much dip is too much dip? I don't know. First things first. All right, so the main ingredient, other than the salmon, of course, is cream cheese. They go together like salmon Frodo.
Come on, Mr. Frodo. I can't carry it for you, but I can carry you.
Now I'm making a big dip because my ratio of dip to chip, or whatever vessel you use, is always more dip. Give me more dip, always. So into a bowl, 500 grams of softened cream cheese. And for a bit of tang, but also to help loosen the dip up a bit, add 100 grams of full fat sour cream, and you can substitute mayonnaise if you like. And then give a mix. Now you can use a big wide spatula and some muscle, or you can use a hand mixer or a food processor. These two utensils just to mix these two ingredients together, or you can wait for the dip to come together at the end and mix it all together. I like a bit more texture in my dip, so I'm just gonna go with some muscle. Then add half of a small red onion, finely chopped up, add to the bowl. Now you can add the onion to a bowl of ice water for 10 to 15 minutes and then just drain, rinse, and pat dry. And that will help get rid of that bite if you want it to be a bit milder. I like bite, so I'm skipping this step. And then finally chop up 15 grams of capers, which you can also give a rinse as well, and add it to the bowl. And then finally chop up 5 grams of fresh chives and add it to the bowl. Now for another great friend of salmon, fresh dill. I have about 15 to 20 grams of fresh dill that I'm just gonna remove from the stem and finely chop it up. Now I like heat in about 97.4% of my dishes, so I'm going with some chili. You can go with dry chili flakes, but I'm using Calabrian chili, just a couple here, removing the seeds as well, and finally chopping it up and adding it to the bowl. If you want super heat, keep those seeds in. Now for some freshness, go ahead and add the zest of half a lemon and the juice of half a lemon as well. Then a dash or two of sweet paprika. You can use smoked paprika as well, but the salmon will add that smoky flavor. And then finally grate or chop up half of a small garlic clove. Season with salt and freshly cracked pepper. And now it's time for the last ingredient, the smoked salmon. I have 300 grams of smoked salmon. I told you this was a big dip, and we want the majority of the flavor to be that smoked salmon, of course. And if you're like me, this dip went fast, especially with my dip to chip ratio. Finally chop up the salmon and add it to the bowl. And then bring it all together. Like I said before, you can use a hand mixer or a food processor, but I like a little bit more texture, so I'm just using a spatula to bring it all together. Give a taste and adjust any seasonings, and then add the dip to a bowl, grab a bagel, crackers, crostini, veggies, or just a spoon, and bring it to the table. It's everything that you'd want in a smoked salmon dip, and then some. It's like having a chopped up bagel and lox all mashed up and put on a piece of bread, cracker, whatever you want. It's so good and tasty. I would say you can have it day of, but let it sit overnight, even better. So I hope you give this recipe a go, and as always, the full recipe is in the link in the description below. Please like and comment. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and until next time, ciao.